I wonder how my silver investments are going. Silver surges 70%. Wow! You know what, guys? This deserves a sip from my investor cup. I just love the smell of capital gains in the morning. At the time of recording this video, silver has surged a whopping 70% and gold is at near all-time highs. In this video I'm going to go over, is silver better than gold, the fundamentals of each precious metal, and what should we invest in at these prices. Let's get into the video. Firstly, what makes precious metals rise? There are many factors that make precious metals rise, like high inflation, money printing, low interest rates, when times of the economy is going bad, global unrest, and times of uncertainty, and also industrial demand. Just like we're having today. The industrial demand for gold is things like jewelry and luxury items, and the demand for industry items for silver is things like tech, computing, electronic cars, and solar panels. When there are times of high inflation or money printing, like is happening right now, people flock to precious metals as a store of value. Like I said before, interest rates have an effect on precious metal prices. When interest rates drop to zero and people aren't getting any return on their bonds, they'll be more inclined to go into precious metals rather than bonds to still get a return. Like any investment, supply and demand plays a factor. When there's lots of central banks buying gold for their vaults and there's not much mining production, this will increase the price of precious metals. Russia has been the biggest buyer of gold as of late. And according to Bloomberg, in 2018, all governments around the world brought a whopping 651 tons of gold. Even ETFs, gold and silver backed ETFs, play a factor. When lots of investors are getting into gold and silver on the stock market in this ETF's physical backed version, this also means they have to go buy more physical gold and silver to back those ETFs. Like I said, mining. Most of the easy gold and silver has been mined, and now miners are having to go deeper and it's costing more money to get the same amount of gold and silver. So how do we value gold and silver? Well, a simple one I like to use is called the gold to silver ratio. Now, I'm sure there's other ways to do it. And I actually made a video about 3 weeks ago about gold, the forgotten key to riches. And in that video, I said that gold was expensive. And that, at that time of the recording, I think the gold to silver ratio was 120 to 1. So it would have been a screaming buy signal. And I wish I brought some more, but unfortunately I didn't. Right now, the silver to gold ratio is around 80 to 1 or 75 to 1, depending on what time you're watching this video. And historically, the average is 60 to 1. And even the Romans used to use a 15 to 1 ratio. So how do we invest in gold and silver? Well, probably the easiest, if you already have a brokerage for the ASX or New York Stock Exchange, is just to buy an ETF. And that way you're not paying, 15% premium on the physical spot price. And it's just an easy way if you don't care about owning the physical version, you just want to enjoy the capital gains and ride, this parabolic cycle we're in right now. Another way is to buy pool allocated silver or gold from a bullion dealer. And this way you can request to withdraw your gold or silver if you want. But again, it's a bit more risky than owning physical gold and silver, because some people think that in a time of crisis there won't be enough gold and silver to give out. But it is a cheaper version and it's an easier version if you're just wanting to swing trade these prices. And thirdly, if you're wanting to own the physical version, the sweet physical version where you can rub it on your face, well, then you're going to have to buy it from a bullion dealer and you're going to have to pay a premium. Silver coins right now in Australia, the cheapest I could find is $40 an ounce. That's about a 15% premium. Also, if you can't buy it in person, you're going to have to pay delivery fees, and if you're going to store it at home, you're going to have to pay insurance fees. So what is better? What should I invest in right now? Is gold better or is silver better? Well, it's not really the case what's better, but what is giving you more value at the time, or what is undervalued at the time you're wanting to invest. Right now, gold is at near all-time highs in Australian dollars and at all-time highs in US dollars. So it's saying that gold isn't cheap right now, where silver, the reason why it's had such a huge run up is because it hit a historic 120 to 1, even higher, I think 123 to 1 gold to silver ratio. That means it takes 120 silver ounces to buy 1 ounce of gold. Never in history did it hit that amount. And that's why we're seeing this parabolic increase, because investors have obviously caught on to that now. They're seeing the run up in gold. It's no longer, cheap. It still may increase, but it's no longer cheap. And people are going into silver, which is still undervalued, because the silver is still nowhere near its all-time high of $45 an ounce in Australian dollars, and I think it may have hit nearly $50 an ounce in US dollars. Now again, none of this is financial advice, this is purely for entertainment purposes only, but if I was to pick what I had to invest in, I would choose silver. And that is because gold has already hit its all-time highs, but still silver is still nowhere near its all-time highs of $45. Now, I still don't like investing when, you know, I see a chart go parabolic or see it go vertical. That concerns me. You know, I've been feeling that FOMO feeling in my gut, but normally that means it's not a good time to invest. Now, that doesn't mean that, you know, it's not going to keep rising. I'm more just hoping for a pullback. But historically speaking, silver is still undervalued, where its all-time high is $45 an ounce, and the historic average is a 60-to-1 silver to gold ratio, and right now we're at around 80-to-1. Now you guys know that I'm always saying to dollar cost average into ETFs, and that's right, but with the S&P 500 at all-time highs right now, and we're in the deepest recession in 90 years, I don't see value putting my money into ETFs right now. And that's why you should broaden your horizon on different types of investments, because there is going to be huge opportunities. And if you're just a stock guy, you're going to miss out on precious metals. If you're just a precious metals guy and stocks crash, you're going to miss out on stocks. And if you're just a real estate guy and you don't invest in gold or silver or stocks, you're going to miss out on opportunities when they drop as well. Now, this doesn't mean invest in things you don't understand, but it's always a good thing to educate yourself on other types of assets, because then when they drop significantly, like when we saw silver hit a historic gold to silver to gold ratio of 121, you would have seen that was a screaming buying opportunity and you would have made some sweet gains. So I expect in the short term that gold and silver could keep rising, but again, no one can predict the market. This is pure speculation on my part and just my opinion. And the reason why I say this is because central banks are going to keep printing money. All governments around the world are in a race to devalue their currency, to import inflation, and there's just so much uncertainty. I think more people will go to precious metals, and once silver breaks its all-time highs, more articles will come about it. Maybe all these Robinhood investor kids are going to come on and start buying all their silver ETFs, who knows. If this video brought you value, please like for the whole of the YouTube algorithm, and comment your thoughts below. Are you going to invest in precious metals, or are you still going to keep dollar cost averaging into stocks, or are you a real estate guy? And subscribe for more awesome content on personal finance, savings, and investing. I'll see you in the next one.